Welcome back to the helsing game, as you can see the title. Right, now this is unfortunately the last recording of the helsing game. It is because we have come to the very end of the game itself. So, if you remember on my last recording, a few weeks back or whenever that was, that we were in middle of level 10. Now, before I go even further deeper into what happened on my last recording, right, when I did start the video game of helsing, I ended up starting to do the game on medium and collect several bits and pieces in the game, which were several load cheats that you can get hold of in the game, and fight up against several load of criminals, which would be Dracula, if you know the Van Helsing movie, and Frankenstein, and Velgen the werewolf. And don't forget, I had to fight up against him 3 times, just like whenever you play the game, as well as fight up against Dracula's 3 bitches, whatever the actual names are again, as well as, of course, Igor, and you're going to have to deal with him 2 times in level 3 and, of course, level 2. But also, I did do the game on hard difficulty, and the reason why you have to do the game on hard difficulty is because if you do not finish the game on hard difficulty, you can't get a specific cheat, which is, of course, the most destructive cheat that you can get hold of, which is unlimited ammo, which is to do with the weapons that you can use, which will be the pistols, the shotgun, the crossbow, the electricity weapon, and the machine gun, as well as the swords and the whacking sticks, the sharp metal whacking sticks. And you could just keep using the ammo as long as you want and however you want, as well as, if you do die, any cheat that you collect, and whichever ones you're using, will automatically be turned off. So you'd have to keep going back into intro, or infinity, shall we say, where you find all your cheats and other bits and pieces, like using a life, as well as an ammo and a speed boost thing, as well as with some other cheats as well. When you're in certain missions, you will have to do some other missions again to allow yourself to use a specific weapon of the crossbow, and of course the electricity weapon, and of course the machine gun ammo, so you can get hold of unlimited speed, as well as another cheat that you can collect, which once again I will go through the cheats again to remind you which cheats you can get, as well as with the game. You'd have to do some challenges, don't forget, which would be involving 5 cheats you can collect, including a weapon as well, which was the rifle gun. And I will show you that weapon as well. As well as, before I continue on with the game, was that on my last recording I did do, was I was stuck in the middle of mission 10. And of course, I had to use certain weapons, but in any specific order that you want to use the weapons for, because you have the pistols, the shotgun, the crossbow, the electricity weapon, the machine gun, the whacking sticks, and the blades, as well as the rifle gun. When you collect it from all of the 5 challenges that you're going to have to do without going through a purple thing. So if you check all my recordings and bits and pieces, you'll find exactly where you can get the crossbow. Let's try it again. So if you check all of my recordings with the challenges, you'll find where the powerful rifle gun will be, and other bits and pieces of the challenges that can be a bit of a pain in the fucking neck, but some of them are, some of them are not. Especially challenge number, of course, which would be, just give us a second or two if I can find it, which is going to be challenge number 5. That's one of the easy ones that you can do, unless you do the game again with the machine gun. That's where you can do that one. So you'll be able to collect that one, as well as one other one, which will be the bridge, which would end up being challenge number, which I'm going to just double check if I am absolutely correct. It is that one, and it is going to be challenge number 4. That'll be that one for you to do as well. Those are the 2 challenges that will be very easy for you to do. So challenge 4 and challenge 5 are the easy ones, which will be pretty straightforward. But the other 3, challenge 1, 2 and 3, especially number 3, that can be a right fucking bastard. But that's how the challenges are, to stop you from getting the rifle gun. And so, before I show you some other bits and pieces, that I was stuck in the middle of mission number 10, and where I'd have to do some load of jumping and using the grapple hook weapon. Remember, if you can remember that, when you've been checking all of my recordings and bits and pieces, and basically showing you where you can find some statues with their own whacking stick. But there's 3 of those, and I had to destroy 3 of those, as well as remind you about a color symbol specific thing, where you'll find a color of it around a square thing, where you could use the crossbow and the ammo that can smash it for you to find a cheat from. As well as you find your statue that will be tipped over for for you to walk across for a nice little bridge, and you find some owls to be up against and kill those. And you would find eagle for the second time when you do mission 3 to mission 10. And of course you could use the crossbow and the ammo, or just basically use the electricity weapon and just use it a couple of times, and then eventually it'll be dead. And on mission 11, that I also did, of course, fight up against some more owls, and of course allow you to know where you can find the egg before you go to a door, and of course fight up against some bats, and of course another symbol which would be guard and a cheat, as well as where you can find another door where you can go straight across towards where Anna would be, having a little discussion of bits and pieces, especially if you've seen the film before, you know exactly what I'm on about. And of course then you would have to fight up against some mummies or whatever those tool things are. And then once you do those, a bit of thing or a bit of rock would smash for you to find some heat that would be allowing you to go down into a little gap where you find those small midgets like chuck bombs and detonators and everything else. And then of course you had to use the electricity weapon to hit a blue circle, and of course you had to use that 5 times to allow a specific lever to turn towards the left to the right, where red colour would say power generation, and then some motors and gears and bits and pieces will be available for you to find a little elevator to go straight up to a certain high point. And then you had to have to do some swinging across certain places, and then you'd have to basically find another door to go through where you'd have to find some more small midgets that like to chuck bombs and detonators and stuff and kick the shit out of them, and then find another elevator that will take you up to another sealed door for you to break off, and then you find some more tall mummies or whatever they are exactly, and then of course find another door when you turn left and then go straight towards the door, and it will lead to a little hole with some red colour, which would be a bit of blood. And of course you'd find some more of those tall mummies or whatever they are exactly, and of course remind you that you had to basically use the electricity weapon with a circle blue colour from 3 different archways for you to hit, to allow you to find a little thing to rise up in the air for you to find where you could put an egg in, which will allow the challenges to be involved, which I did show you last time, and basically did a couple of them to demonstrate how you can exactly how you're supposed to do them, and explain to you some of them that are easy and what you're supposed to do with those. And then of course what I did do was go up into a gap where the bit of red blood was lurking about and fight up against the final bitch of Dracula's, and eventually she was dead. And of course finally get to mission 12, to where you could also find that I was finding some more tool of those things, those two tall mummy things, and then once you deal with those you get a door, and then you get Van Helsing to run up below the stairs to meet Frankenstein, and then basically you would have saw me to run all the way down the stairs again to find a little gap that would have been broken off for you to jump down to and meet Dracula, and basically destroyed him, where you would have a scene where Van Helsing would have turned into a werewolf, then turned back into a man, and so, and then eventually Van Helsing saved the planet of every criminal and everybody that was in a load of trouble, basically. So once again, I'm going to show you all the things that I collected, and of course show you also one other thing, which was a cheat that you can only get if you do complete the game from start to finish without losing Van Helsing's hat. So today I'm going to show you what that cheat does and what it looks like. So first of all, before I do show you that, these are going to be the cheats, as well as remind you what you have to find. So first of all, you'll find in Infinity will be items, and of course you can find yourself to only use 3 life, REPLENI, such up, 3 speed boosts, and 3 ammo, REPLENI, such up. And don't forget, with the life or the ammo or the speed boost, don't forget, make sure you push the X button once, because if you push it again by accident, you'll waste one. Especially the speed boosts, and you think if you're only getting a certain amount, because when you're using a speed boost, you'll have 20 seconds for Van Helsing to run fast, and his pistols and all the weapons that can go ballistic. As well as, once again, make sure you push the X button once to use that, because as it will say that you can have 20 seconds, and if you're thinking you get 40 seconds or 60 seconds when you press the X 3 times, no, it won't do that. And of course, once again, same thing again with ammo, REPLENI, as I jump. It will top up the ammo bar, which will be the blue bar, which I will show you in a few seconds or so. And of course, the life at the top will be topping up your red bar. And so those are those. And of course, your weapons, which will be, once again, all of these, which will be the ammo that goes to the whacking sticks, the ammo that goes to the electricity weapon, the ammo that goes to the machine gun, and the ammo that goes to the shotgun, and of course the swords with the ammo, but you start with that for you to use for free, as well as the pistols with the ammo, that will be for free. You don't have to do nothing with that. And of course you'll collect the ammo that goes to the crossbow in the game when you reach a certain point. And the rifle gun, you can only collect it in all of the 5 challenges for you to complete. And of course you'll collect the whacking sticks in the game in, of course, mission number 8. And the electricity weapon, you'll collect that in mission 5. And the machine gun, you'll collect that in mission 11. And the shotgun, you'll get that in mission number 5. The swords you'll start with, and the pistols you'll start off with. And all the moves and bits and pieces, dodge fire, and of course grapple strike, and grand strike, air hop, 2 Jofar, air hop, SCIMITAR swinging, and MELEEE explosion for the swords, and the grapple jump, but the grapple jump is for free. And with the other load of these, you'll have to pay for them. And now to the cheats now. Now, with the cheats, there are 24 of the fuckers in total. And basically what you're going to have to do is find loads of them scattered around in certain missions, as well as with one of them, which will be power, CLOTHES, and the way to get that is to keep the fucking hat, which I had troubles with on medium and hard difficulty. And the only way you can have trouble getting it is if you have the hat on and you forgot it fell off, or if you notice where it fell off and you fucking die, and the game says, fuck you, I will take it off you. So it's like, oh, I wanted that fucking cheat, but you have to fucking do that to me. So yeah, make sure that doesn't happen. Also with this cheat at the top, which is ARCHAIC, and of course it's got the CLOTHES. Now you can collect that in a mission, and I think that one is in either mission number 1 somewhere, or it would be either in mission 7 or 8. It's in, oh, mission 8. Yeah, it's in mission 8 with a green pot, or you can always find it in the green pot in mission 5 as well. Doesn't matter which mission you're in, mission 5 or 8, you can find it in the green pot for you to collect. Now with the 2 top ones, the only way you can activate them is if you start the game and you've already found it. What you have to do is start the game again and hold L1 button for the whole of the cutscenes of the whole start of the game, from the very start to the very end. So you're always going to have to keep that L1 button in for you to activate it. And the same thing with power. You're going to have to keep the hat on and complete every single level to the very start to the very end. As well as with this one, for you to use this one, you have to do the same thing. Start the machine up again, hold the R1 button and keep it in until the whole of the video clip has finished, from start to finish. It's exactly the same thing with this button, apart from the L1 button. L1 button for this thing, R1 for this one. And of course I'm going to show you what this one does, because I've finished the game on easy from start to the very end without losing the hat. Or just remember to pick it up. So make sure, if you remember, if it falls off, pick it up, as long as you don't fucking die. Right, also with this challenge, this cheat under here. Now there are 5 of these. Now there's 5 challenges and 5 cheats you can collect hold of. And of course I'm going to try and remember that challenge number 5 will allow you to have full skin. Challenge 4 will give you the GARGOYLE skin. And of course this one right here, which is ARCHANGEL skin, which would be on challenge number 2. And this one here, which will be WRAITH skin, and that'll be on challenge 3. And this one will be challenge 1, which will be the DWERCG. Let's try again. DWERGER skin. So that's how you can get those cheats. And of course you'll be able to find the one which will be Shadow Friend, Big Head, and Big MELEE, Small Friend, Metal Body, Metal Friend, Color Body, Plain World, Skin Player, or Sick Player, as it says. Now with unlimited ammo, you'll collect that if you complete the game on hard difficulty from start to finish. That's how you can collect that. Also with this one, it will allow the light blue bar to not run out completely, which I'll show you right now. Right, also if you absolutely look on the right hand side of the screen where the weapons are, that light blue bar is your ammo. And basically, that cheat that says unlimited ammo, and that means when you push the L1 button to activate it, when you've got the right weapons, of course. I forgot about that. Van Helsing will do that. Basically, when you use the weapons, exactly by holding the square button in, watch that blue bar. It will go down. But if you do use that unlimited ammo, which I'll demonstrate how that works, and basically what it's going to do. So if I use the crossbow, watch that light blue bar, watch it. And yeah, it'll go up straight away, really quick. So it'll never stop running out. And so that's how that one works. So back to that thing. You would able to get, of course, armory anytime, which basically means that with your money bag, which will be underneath the red bar and the blue bar, where you will find a green symbol that will say 13,930. And basically that's your money bag. And when you're spending things, when you finish a mission, you can go to armory and you can use that green stuff to buy whatever you want, like the ones I've read out, which would be the dodge fire or the ground strike or the air hop or dodge fire and the other things that's in this section right here. So that's what that will do. And of course you've got unlimited speed that you can find when you find it. And basically what this will do is allow Van Helsing to run fast and basically the weapons to go ballistic, and it will never fucking stop ever. It will never ever stop until you die. So once again, I'm going to show you what that does. So once again, he's running around like a fucking idiot, running fast as hell. So it's like that. And once again, I'm going to show you the weapons. Watch it and listen to the sound of that. It never fucking stops going ballistic. So there you go. So that's what that cheat does until you find it, of course. So there's that one. And of course you've got TRANSLUCENT body. Now you can only find that in mission 1 if you have got a specific weapon, but I'm not going to mention too far deep into that one because you can always check my recordings and bits and pieces. You'll also find TRANSLUCENT friend, and of course ghost body. Ghost body and a ghost friend, and of course shadow body. Right, now with some of these cheats with friend on there, and basically what that means is to do with your enemies, and it makes them pretty much look like a ghost, if you know what ghost means. And with some of the other ones that says body on that, that is all to do with Van Helsing. So what I'm going to do is show you what shadow body does. Once again, to remind you. So Van Helsing looks like that. That's all he looks like. And once again, next of all, from the bottom, which I'll go to ghost body, which is roughly what's going to do to the enemies when you find that sheet. So you'll make Van Helsing look like that. So there's that for you. Then next, which will be, of course, we'll do the TRANSLUCENT body, because that's going to do exactly the same to the enemies that you'll be up against, or whoever it will be. And it's going to do that. That's all it's going to do. So it's basically make them see through. And if you look closely, what Van Helsing looks like, that's the other cheat I collected without losing the fucking hat. But what I'm going to do is show you it properly soon as well. Right, next of all, you have seen unlimited speed so far, but I will show you again. So once again, it goes ballistic. And also what I'm going to do is do the same thing with the weapons. Right, with the whacking sticks and the saws, what you're going to need to do is keep pushing the circle in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out all the time, to make them do that. Right, if you want to switch the whacking sticks to the saws, push the down D-pad button, or the up D-pad button, and just do it like that. And those are the only two powerful, sharp weapons that you can use. Right, now I'm going to show you the pistols with the speed, unlimited speed. Which does that. Right, if you want to swap the pistols to the shotgun, push the right D-pad button when you found it. And he'll do that. Once again, if you don't want the pistols, push the right D-pad button 2 times when you got the crossbow, and it will do that. And of course, you got the electricity weapon, which will do that. And there you go. The machine gun, where Van Helsing will turn the motor to make it go ballistically like that. And of course the rifle gun, when you complete all of the 5 challenges without going through a specific thing to say, fuck it, I'm not doing that because I can't do it. But that's what the game says. So it'll do that. So there you go. So once again, you can only get it if you do complete the 5 challenges, which is a stupid way for you to say, oh, why have you got to do it like that? Okay, next of all, you have got something else, which is next on the list, which is Armory Anytime. Now, the Armory at any time, basically what that means is that the green symbol that is underneath the red bar that says 13,930. Now, basically, the Armory anytime will pop up in here instead of when you're finishing the mission and you want to spend some of that green stuff. You can basically just go and get that sheep when you find it. I suppose once again, if you watch the recordings I've done, you'll find out where it is exactly, but I'm not going to show you anyway. But yes, and then you can buy all sorts of things in Armory, which will be finish the slots. You can find yourself to buy the MELEE explosion, the SCIMITAR spring, with the blades, the whacking sticks that you can see in the picture in the middle on the right hand side. Air hop, and of course 2 Jofar, and a grand strike, and grapple strike, dodge far, and of course buy yourself some speed boosts, which once again you can only buy 3 of those. And of course ammo, REPLEN, I said up. Basically what that is going to do is allow you to use those to keep topping up the light blue bar on the right hand side where the weapons are. And then you'll also find some ammo increases, which will allow you to buy 5 of those for each one of the black squares to be filled up in blue. And of course you'll have 5 of the life, REPLEN, as a job, for you to top your health bar back up to the top for 500, as well as the life increaser. You'll only have 5 to buy. And once again, if you look closely where the light blue bar and the red bar, if you look where the light blue bar is, there are some black squares. And so basically what that is where you have to go to Armory, or when you finish a mission, you can buy the ammo increases for each one of the black squares to be completely filled up in blue. To do that, but once again, if you use the, of course, the ammo, REPLEN, as a job, it will top it all the way back up again. Or you can just use the weapons and fire up against your enemies to top it back up anyway, to do it that way. So that's how you can do it. So there's 2 ways you can easily make it go like that. And once again, unlimited ammo. I'm going to show you once again, which will use the crossbow ammo. Watch it go down the light blue bar. It'll never run out. It'll just keep going until you die, basically. And of course you have got the other cheats, which are gonna be, of course, sick pleb, which is basically what's gonna happen to Van Helsing. Just like when you're on a ferry go round and you've been spun around all over the place and you feel a bit sick with your vision going funny. And so this is what this sheet's going to do. And so that's what's going to happen there for you to see. Okay, so there's that one for you to collect. So we're going to turn that one off because we don't want that to keep going off. Next we've got Plain World for you to collect, which will do that for you if you ever find it, as well as if you really want to use it, but probably not because you want some color. So there's that one for you. And of course you've got color body, which is going to do something to Van Helsing, making it look like a nice little color, just like that, with blue, red, yellow, green, purple, and all the colors that you can think of. So that's what that sheet will do. Also, I pushed the L3 in the wrong angle, but that's okay with me. Right, also you have got Metal Friend, which will turn your enemies into metal, as you probably sussed out what metal means. Metal Body, and once again I'm going to show you what Metal Body does when you find it. And that's what this one does for Van Helsing, if you find it, which is pretty straightforward if you played the game before, or either watch me play it and say, oh yeah, I want to play that. Next of all, you got Small Friend, which is basically going to turn your enemies very, very small, apart from a couple of them, like Dracula, for example, or Frankenstein, Igor, especially a couple of the Dracula's bitches as well. And of course you've got Big MELEE, which we to do with the saws or the whacking sticks, which I will show you. There's the whacking sticks. Look at the fucking size of them. Look at the fucking size of them. They're massive. And once again, I can say that these are much bigger than these things. Yeah, look at the size of them. Not as big as the whacking sticks. But yeah, that's what that cheat does when you find it. Next of all, you have got big head. You probably already saw what that's going to do. Oh yes, making fucking massive. And also, as you can see what Fan Helsing looks like, this is one of the cheats that you can collect. And I'll explain to you very shortly about that one as well. Very soon. And of course, the next one is, of course, Shadow Friend, which is going to turn your enemies very, very shadowy, which would be the same sort of thing as Shadow Body, which I will try and find as quick as I can to show you what that one does again. So basically that's what that will do to the enemies when you find Shadow Friend. So there's that one for you. And of course, next of all, which will be a couple of the tricky ones for me to show you what they do, is because with full skin, or fill skin, as it will say underneath, the fill skin SPIRITS, or the spells to be exactly, take on amount formats, whatever that exactly all means. So I'm not going to be able to show you what that does because I've got no idea how to activate it, but probably it's to do with the same thing with the two things at the very top that you'll probably need to activate with L1 button or R1 button and hold it in when you start the game up, and just wait for the PS2 symbol to pop up, and then just wait until it brings up the scene of the film of the game, and then maybe when you found those two top ones up here, which is the power one and the ARCHAIC in the green pot. So let's see what, or if it has done anything to the cheat. But fill skin doesn't seem to do anything. So yeah, like I said, I don't know precisely how you can activate that bloody thing. But once again, you can only get that if you complete the challenge. Next of all, you've got the GARGOYLE skin, or LE skin. Once again, it's got the formats on it. Don't know how you fucking supposed to activate it, but it's the same sort of thing with the other three. There is, of course, the ARCHANGEL skin. And same thing with WRAITH skin and DWERCER skin. I don't know how you can activate those, but that's all I can say for you, I'm afraid, because once again, I don't know how you can activate it, and of course I won't be able to show you what these 5 cheats do. But also with one cheat, which will be the ARCHANI, or should we say ARCHAIC with CLOTHES on mission number 7. You will be able to see me use that cheat, but it could be on mission number 10. Yeah, I think it's on mission 10 you'll be able to see me use that cheat. So you'll be able to see that cheat on mission 10. So once again, the way you can activate it is when you turn the game on, when you've found the game or interest in playing it, put the disc in, load load the machine up, and of course wait for the PS2 symbol to pop up. Hold the L1 button in, and then wait until it's finished. Do its little bit, let go of L1, and then eventually it will show you the outfit that Van Helsing will look like. And once again, with the power, CLOTHES. I didn't get that until I've looked after Van Helsing's hat without it falling off, or either forget to pick it up, or either fucking die when I fucking lost the hat. So once again, I'm going to show you what that power one does. And the way I can show you is if I just go to main menu, and of course load the game up, and show you what Van Helsing looks like when it happens. And also what I'm going to do is not play the game from start to finish this time. I'm just going to show you what Van Helsing looks like. And then I'm just going to leave you for another game when it comes to it. So yeah, Van Helsing will have a nice little hat with a design with a cross on the back. And with some nice gloves in red like that. And he'll look like that. How about that? So there you go. That's what the cheat does when you look after Van Helsing's hat from the very start of the mission 1 to the very end, exactly where you start the game from over here. So there you go. That is all there is for me to show you. And once again, I hope you've had a good experience of me showing you how to play the game and other bits and pieces, and might tempt you with enjoying it yourself with several lot of enemies and challenges that can be something that can be a right fucking bastard to get hold of the 5 cheats that I have read out from underneath the power one. But also what I can say with the cheats, with the top 2, I don't see why the box would have been ticked, which is strange in a way. But yeah, but with the other ones at the bottom, from over here to the very bottom, all the way down here, they will all have ticks on, which, like I said, I don't know why that cheat hasn't got a tick on, but it doesn't, unfortunately. But yeah, so that's it. There is the game of Van Helsing for you to tempt yourself to enjoy, or either watch the film and possibly maybe for you to check out my YouTube channel for you to see what games I've done and possibly tempt yourself to have a go at it, of whichever games I'm going to play and put on my YouTube channel. But yeah, so yeah, once again, hope you've enjoyed it, and I shall see you soon. Take care of yourselves.